Silence filled the room, not the kind of silence that is peaceful, but the heavy kind, the kind that makes breathing feel like work. He was looking at her, really looking. His lips trembled, his hand shook. I left your mother, he said, almost in a whisper. She said nothing. She was carrying you, and I didn't know. Or maybe I didn't want to know. Her heart pondered. Images flashed in her mind. Her mother holding her at night, whispering, "You will survive somehow." The cough that took her away, the empty room, the years of loneliness. You, her voice broke. You know where we were. You could have found us. His eyes filled with tears. I was a coward. I thought I could escape my mistake by leaving. I was wrong. Her hand clenched at sight. I grew up washing other people's clothes, starving some nights, and you were here in this big house with your other family. Her voice rose. Do you know what that feels like? He didn't answer because there was no answer. Some things can't be fixed with words. In the days that followed, the couple was tense. The daughters noticed the change. They saw their father's sudden kindness toward Imisi. They saw the way he called her "my child," and they hated it. One night, she overheard him. "She's not our sister," the older one spat. She's just some maid who got lucky," the younger one hissed. "That is only feeling sorry for her." Then their voice turned sharper. "We have to make her leave." They began their attack again, small at first, hiding her things, pouring soap into her food, giving her impossible cause. Then worse, they accused her of stealing. They whispered to their mother, twisting stories, trying to plant seeds of doubt. But the master didn't believe them, not anymore. For the first time in years, he saw the cruelty in his own home, and he began to push back. One morning, he called a family meeting. The daughters were there, the wife and Imisi. "I have made a mistake," he began, his voice deep but calm. "The biggest was abandoning my child, my blood." The wife eyes widened. The daughters froze. "Yes," he continued. "Missy is my daughter. I will not hide it, and I will not let her be mistreated in this house again." The room exploded. The wife shouted. The daughters cried and accused him of betrayal, but he didn't bend. From that day, things changed. He sent the daughter abroad for school, partly to remove them from the house, partly to stop the constant tension. He asked the wife for space, and he began to invest in Imisi. He paid for her to return to school, bought her books, hired a tutor to help her catch up. At first, she felt strange, sitting at a desk again, holding a pen, hearing teachers call her Imisi, but she worked harder than anyone. Every exam was a battle she refused to lose. Still, some nights, she lay awake, wondering if she could truly forgive him. Forgiveness, she learned, is not a switch. It's a slow turning of the heart, and some wounds take years to heal. Months passed. Her father's health improved. The business grew. Then, one evening, he called her into his study. There was a small box on the desk. "I want you to run one of my companies," he said simply. Her eyes widened. "But I am still in school." "I will arrange it. You will learn on the job. You have already proven you can handle more than the most." She opened the box. Inside was a sleek gold pen and the company seal. Her hands shook. She thought about the girl who had once hiding in a corner, crying into her pillow. Now she was being handed the future. It wasn't just about money. It was about being seen, being valued. The news didn't sit well with everyone. The wife, still bitter, called her family and began plotting ways to take control of the estate. The daughter sent angry messages from abroad, and somewhere deep in the city, the son was returning home. It was trouble before he left, and now it was worse. The kind of man who had learned all the wrong things from the world. When he came back, he didn't greet her like a sister. He smirked. So the maid became the princess. She ignored him, but he didn't stop. One night, he cornered her in the hallway. His voice was slow, mocking. Blood or not, you will always be a mate to me. Her heart pounded. But this time she didn't shrink back. Then remember, she said, her voice steady. This maid saved your father's life. What have you done for him? For once, he had no answer. From that day, he kept his distance, but the tension never fully left the air. The business flourished under her watch. She began sponsoring children from poor homes. Remembering her own struggle, she became a force. Yet in private, she still visited her mother's grave. She knelt on the dusty ground and whispered, I am doing it, Mama. I am making it. And sometimes, when the wind was soft, she imagined her mother's voice answering. For a while, things were calm. The wife kept her distance. The daughter stayed abroad. The son avoided her eyes. But calm is never permanent in a house built on a secret. It began with whispering in the company corridor, whispers about stolen money, whispers about missing contracts. Imisi ignored them until one morning the head accountant knocked on her door. There is a problem, he said quietly. A large payment in her name had been sent to an offshore account. Her name, her department. She stared at the paper, her stomach twisting. That's not mine. The accountant leaned closer. Someone wants it to look like it is. Her mind went cold. She knew who it was. That night, she walked past the study and had the wife on the phone. Once the board see the evidence, she will be fired. When the old man's gone, everything comes back to us. Her hand clenched. She could fight back. She had proof the signature was forged. But she also knew the wife won't stop beginning. 2 weeks later, the storm hit. Her father collapsed in his office. Heart failure. The doctor said it was serious. He needed rest and someone to take full control of the company while he recovered. At the hospital, his voice was weak but sure. Imisi, take over. The wife exploded. She's a child. She doesn't have the experience. He turned his head. She has what none of you have, my trust. The board agreed. And just like that, the girl who once scrubbed floor was now running a billionaire company. The wife didn't take it well. One night, Imisi's car was chased by masked men on motorbikes. She escaped only because her driver took a back alley. Another time, her apartment door was forced open while she was at work. Nothing was stolen, but her mother's framed photo lay shattered on the floor. She understood the message. We can touch you. Still, she didn't break. Instead, she tightened security. She smiled in public and watched her enemies quietly. Then came the breaking point. A major board meeting. The wife walking with a folder. The proof. The proof that Imisi had stolen company funds. Gas filled the room. The paper looked real. But when the wife finished speaking, Imisi stood. She opened her own folder. Inside were voice recording, emails, and camera footage, all showing the wife paying an IT staff member to forge her signature and hack the system. The room fell silent. The chairman of the board looked at the wife like she was poison. The security guard escorted her out. That night, the wife packed her bags. The daughter refused to return home. The son disappeared. Her father came to her office week later, walking with a cane but smiling. You did more than survive, Imisi. You fought and you won. He placed a thick envelope on her desk. This is my will. She opened it and saw her name across page after page. Properties, shared land. Tears filled her eyes. Dad, I don't want your money. I just wanted. I know, he said softly. I want you to have it, to build, to help others, to be the kind of person I should have been. Years passed. Under her leadership, the company became one of the biggest in West Africa. She built schools in rural towns. She became a name people spoke with respect. But in her heart, she was still the girl who had once knelt beside her mother's bed, promising they would make it. She kept that promise. And every year, on her mother's birthday, she visited her grave, placed fresh flowers, and whispered, Mama, your last housemaid is now a queen.